What's up, family? Get this video a big thumbs up if you get some value from this video. So welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive into some juicy Hollywood drama that's been making waves across social media. But buckle up because this story is just crazy, man. So there's been a lot of buzz about Elon Musk supposedly suing Whoopi Goldberg in The View for a whopping 80 million. The story goes that Musk filed this massive lawsuit over alleged misinformation spread on the show. Sound crazy, right? Well, here's the kicker. It's all fake news. That's right, folks. This whole lawsuit story is nothing but a fabrication that's been spreading like wildfire online. Let's break it down. The origin of the rumor, man. This fake story seems to have originated from a satirical content, that got taken out of context. And you know how that goes, right? Someone makes a joke, it gets shared without the satire label, and suddenly everyone thinks it's real news, right? But here's the truth. There's absolutely no evidence that Elon Musk has filed any lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg or The View. No court documents, no official statements, nada. It's all just a big misunderstanding that's got way out of hand. Now, you might be wondering, why did so many people believe this? Well, it's a perfect storm of factors. Number one, Elon Musk is known for controversial statements and actions. Two, The View often discusses hot button issues. And three, the story plays into existing tensions between different ideological groups, right? But the bigger picture of this whole situation really highlights a bigger issue is on our digital age. The spread of misinformation is easy to make fake stories, like Trump would say, the fake news, right? To go viral, especially when they're sensational or play into existing disbeliefs. But let's check out the video now, folks. Now that I added the context and prefaced the conversation, let's check it out just to have conversation.
Elon Musk has done it again, but this time, it's not about electric cars, Mars colonization, or launching flamethrowers for fun. Musk has turned his sights to a new frontier, the courtroom. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO has filed an $80 million defamation lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg and the hosts of The View, accusing them of spreading damaging misinformation and tarnishing his reputation. This isn't your average celebrity lawsuit. This is Elon Musk, a man known for meme wars on Twitter and his bold declarations, taking on one of the most popular daytime talk shows in America. The drama has ignited a media firestorm, with supporters and critics alike diving into debates about free speech, media accountability, and the fine line between humor and defamation.
I'm in favor of freedom of speech. And freedom of speech only is relevant when people you don't like say things you don't like. Otherwise, it has no meaning.
Free speech is meaningless unless you allow people you don't like to say things you don't like. Otherwise,
I like that right there, family. Comment down below about what he just said. He said free speech is meaning when people say things you don't like, say things that you don't like, right? Because most of the time, people only want to hear when people agree with them. People only want to hear yes men, right? They only want to hear someone say the same thing that they're saying. But the thing is, if you really want to test how someone cherishes or value the whole thing of free speech in itself, let them say something that you may not disagree with, but can they still say it without you feeling like you have to scold them because you disagree with it? Great point. Comment down below, family. What you guys think about that?
it's irrelevant. And if at the point at which you lose free speech, it doesn't come back.
I think the issue some people have is that a lot of people were brought back. I mean, some people were brought back who were previously banned for spreading things like QAnon conspiracies. You have people like Andrew Tate who were brought back, who were previously.
Who is going to
you accept that
decide
misinformation can be dangerous, that it can cause
Yes.
real-world harms, that it can potentially cause.
Yeah, so the point I'm trying to make is that the BBC itself has, at times, published things that are false. Do you agree that that has occurred?
I'm quite sure the BBC have said things before that turn out to not be true.
Correct.
And in true Musk fashion, the stakes are sky high. This isn't just about a few words spoken on a TV show. It's about what those words represent in an era where misinformation spreads faster than a Tesla on autopilot. Musk argues that Goldberg and her co-hosts not only misrepresented him, but crossed a dangerous line, spreading baseless conspiracy theories that could have serious consequences. Whether you see Musk as a champion of accountability or
I thought it would.
Excuse the ad, folks. I'm not signing into my account. However, let's talk about that for a minute while this ad blow by. When you become a public figure, I tend to feel as though, and I think we all can agree on this, and comment down below because I'm always open to agree to disagree or the possibility of being wrong. But when you work your way up and say, for example, you're like a Whoopi Goldberg. Obviously, she's famous for her acting skills, and she worked her way up the ranks in Hollywood and stuff like that and got visibility. And she joined the show The View, or hosts the show The View, or whatever. I call them lunch ladies, okay? Because all they are dramatic and they say nonsensical things, but not to get off topic. When you have so much visibility and so much power in your words, because now you're a public figure, heavy the head that wears the crown, right? More responsibility. So I feel like, however, you do have free speech, but substantiate your argument or substantiate your point while not necessarily bashing or tarnishing the reputation of someone to the simple fact that you feel like it's factual and you coercing other people and making them believe the very thing that you believe in. Comment down below how you feel about that. Well, let's continue.
Billionaire throwing his weight around. One thing is clear. This lawsuit is about more than just money. It's a battle over the power of media narratives, the boundaries of free speech, and what happens when those boundaries are pushed too far. But before we continue with this whole drama, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the latest news surrounding Hollywood. If you thought Elon Musk's most ambitious project was putting humans on Mars, think again. The tech billionaire has launched himself into another frontier, the courtroom. In a legal drama that feels more like a TV special than a lawsuit, Musk has filed an $80 million defamation suit against Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts on The View. The reason? Alleged defamation, misinformation, and, if Musk's side is to be believed, a malicious smear campaign to tarnish his image. It's a saga filled with conspiracy theories, media accountability, billionaire bravado, and yes, even cats. Musk's lawsuit stems from comments made by Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts, suggesting that Musk and Senator J.D. Vance were plotting a coup-like scheme to seize control of the government if former President Donald Trump were removed from office.
I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because.
I'll put it like this. They always want to go after someone, that has more meat on the bone to chew. And what I mean by that, family, is they know that Elon Musk, they can't go after, they can't talk about Tulsi Gabbard. Can't say much about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I mean, who would disagree about being more healthy and living longer and the longevity of the lifespan of typical Americans, expanding that and actually taking care of themselves, because health is wealth and the ultimately goal of the ultimate medicine, because we are blessed enough to be able to basically rejuvenate in our bodies to heal on its own without detouring that by putting unnecessary, all medicines aren't good medicines, put it like that, right? But what I'm trying to say is Elon Musk is out of the establishment of the leftists or the Democratic Party the same way that Donald Trump is. So, of course, they're going to piggyback off the same things they may say of Trump. They might say, okay, Elon Musk is trying to take over the establishment. Because, first of all, he's out of it anyway. He's initially known for being a successful businessman in regards of Tesla, right? So they just go after anyone that's in the establishment. At the end of the day, haters, right? Let's continue.
I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever. I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairways.
Stay away from you.
Because, people put the leg out to trip you going down the stairs.
Apparently, the duo was painted as power-hungry masterminds scheming in the shadows like the villains in a political thriller. Musk claims these statements are not just inaccurate, but dangerously defamatory. According to his legal team, the remarks imply a level of deceit and conspiracy that could damage his reputation and business dealings.
Like I said.
And when you're Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and the unofficial king of Twitter, your reputation is your currency. The billionaire is calling the statements reckless, baseless, and made with malicious intent. In simpler terms, he's saying, this is slander, and I'm not letting it slide. Caught in the eye of the storm, Whoopi Goldberg hasn't exactly stayed silent. Her defense, the whole thing is being blown out of proportion. She claims her comments were meant to be lighthearted, even referencing her cat as part of a larger metaphor. Something along the lines of her cat tripping her on the stairs reminded her of political sabotage. But Musk's team isn't buying the feline-inspired excuse. They argue that even if the comments were meant as a joke, the implications are anything but funny. words carry weight, and when those words are broadcast to millions of viewers, they can create lasting damage. The
Facts.
cat defense may be one of the more bizarre aspects of this case, but it highlights a key issue. Where do we draw the line between satire, commentary, and defamation? And how much responsibility do media personalities have?
If you stop driving
That's
it,
true. That's true. I mean, a lot of times too, these journalistic platforms, for example, like a CNN and all these Democratic bias networks, MSNBC or MSNDC, I like to call it, or MSNDNC. They want to operate like a platform where there's freedom of speech, like for example, like X or Instagram or Facebook, to vocalize your opinion. But then they want to have the credentials, let alone the qualifications, to say that they have the top breaking news and consider it facts. You can't have journalistics report the news and cite their sources and report the facts. When it comes to platforms, you can say what you want to say when you want to say it, in regards of giving your opinion of a matter. You can't play both sides. You got to pick one, stand for it, and stand for something.
When their jokes could be misinterpreted.
President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, that's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on? Right? Don't we want that? He's done a great job. He's not going to be president, that I can tell you. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country.
This lawsuit has sparked a massive debate about free speech and accountability. On one side, Musk's supporters argue that his lawsuit is a long overdue check on a media landscape that often prioritizes sensationalism over facts. They see Musk as a crusader for truth, fighting back against a system that's been allowed to spread misinformation unchecked. On the other side, critics argue that Musk's lawsuit is a dangerous overreach. They worry that a billionaire suing TV hosts could set a precedent where wealthy individuals silence critics with legal threats. Free speech, they argue, includes the freedom to criticize public figures, even if those critiques occasionally veer into the absurd. The internet, of course, has taken sides. Hashtags like support Elon and cancel The View are trending, and everyone from armchair lawyers to actual legal experts has weighed in. Is this a righteous?
I believe that the viewers they've been crashing out, and I believe they are their own demise. And at the end of the day, they've been moving the goalposts, and they don't know if they want to change their tune on, saying, how many times that show alone had to stand in front of the camera and basically apologize from a legal standpoint from all the legal notices and stuff that they have been brought to their attention, and ABC network being costing them money.
This battle for accountability, or is Musk simply flexing his power to squash dissent? This isn't the first time The View has found itself in hot water. The talk show has built its brand on fiery debates and outspoken hosts, but that approach has also made it a lightning rod for criticism. Over the years, the show has been accused of prioritizing drama over facts, with some claiming it fosters division rather than meaningful dialogue.
It does.
Musk's lawsuit has reignited these criticisms, with many pointing out that The View has a history of making inflammatory comments about high-profile figures.
Yeah.
Critics argue that the show's format encourages sensationalism and that its hosts often cross the line between opinion and misinformation. But supporters of the show argue that it's meant to be a space for lively debate, not a bastion of hard news. They
don't know if they want to operate as a panel or some informative show where you have conversation but still have the facts. They don't know what they want to do. They just experimenting with things and playing with fire at the same time, but being divisive and saying so much divisive, destructive rhetoric that we don't need. We need unity more than anything in this country. And at the end of the day, this is not the way to go.
And that holding the host to journalistic standards is unfair, given that The View is more entertainment than news. Adding another layer to the drama are old clips of Whoopi Goldberg praising Donald Trump, the same Trump she now criticizes regularly. In one resurfaced clip, Goldberg is seen calling Trump a friend and saying she admired him.
Fake friend, man. Crazy. When he became president, that's when he became the enemy to her, but she was rocking with him at first. See how people change on you and turn on you? It's crazy, bro.
Musk supporters have seized on these clips as evidence of hypocrisy, accusing Goldberg of flip-flopping for the sake of ratings. Critics of this argument point out that people's opinions can evolve over time, especially in response to changing circumstances. But the clips have nonetheless fueled accusations that The View and its hosts prioritize sensationalism.
Okay, comment down below, family, if you agree with me. Your opinion can change over time based on circumstances, but you don't have to tell a lie, especially if a person that you said that was your friend. That's wild, bro.
Over authenticity.
Like slander.
For Musk, this lawsuit is about more than just clearing his name. It's about setting a precedent. His argument is that media outlets, even those geared toward entertainment, have a responsibility to avoid spreading baseless claims. In his view, unchecked misinformation isn't just bad for individuals, it's bad for society as a whole. But critics see things differently. They argue that Musk's lawsuit isn't about accountability, it's about control. When a billionaire uses his wealth to take on media outlets, it raises questions about whether public figures are leveraging their power to silence dissent. One of the more controversial elements of the lawsuit is Musk's claim that The View incited violence. During the show, Goldberg allegedly made a remark about someone tripping Trump. Musk's legal team argues that such comments, even if made in jest, could be interpreted as encouraging harm.
Check this out.
Well, that's interesting. It definitely can encourage harm. You know what I'm saying? But they're so against, they have like Trump syndrome. Like they just have hate in their blood. Like it's just crazy. Like, man, usually the thing that you obsess over, you are that thing. And the thing that they try to come at in Trump with so much hate, they are just hateful, divisive individuals.
Goldberg later clarified that her remark was inspired by her cat, who apparently likes to trip her on the stairs. But Musk's supporters aren't laughing. They argue that in today's polarized climate, even offhand remarks can have serious consequences.
Of course.
Critics of Musk counter that his lawsuit is stretching the definition of incitement. They warn that if comments like Goldberg's are deemed actionable, it could have a chilling effect on satire and humor in media. At its core, this lawsuit is about more than Musk or Goldberg. It's about the role of media in shaping public opinion and the responsibilities that come with having a platform. In an era where misinformation spreads faster than ever, the question of accountability has taken on new urgency. Musk's lawsuit could set a precedent for how public figures respond to media criticism. If he wins, it might encourage other high-profile individuals to take legal action against perceived slights. If he loses, it could reaffirm the idea that free speech, even when messy, should be protected.
It should be. That's a fact.
Expect, social media has turned this lawsuit into a full-blown spectacle. Memes featuring Musk as a free speech warrior are circulating alongside posts accusing him of being a thin-skinned billionaire. Meanwhile, hashtags like support Elon and cancel The View have turned the lawsuit into a cultural flashpoint. The internet's reaction underscores just how polarizing this case has become. For Musk's supporters, it's a rallying cry for media reform.
All right, folks, I'm going to leave it there. So what can we learn? What's the takeaway here? Always, and I mean always, fact check before you share something online. Look for reputable sources and be skeptical of outrageous claims, especially if they're not being reported by major news outlets. But I won't even see major news outlets. Do your own research, people, because we see how these media biased legacy media outlets are. They've been so spoiled with the monopoly of truth that at the end of the day, they lie to us and jeopardize our trust by trying to basically sway us a certain way. So remember, folks, not everything you see online is true, even if it's being shared by people you trust. Stay informed, stay skeptical, and always dig a little bit deeper. And that's all for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed the breakdown. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And for more content like this, until next time, stay savvy out there, folks. Peace.